So it's officially day one of training camp. Such an exciting time to be a football fan. The Eagles are back. The pads aren't on yet, but the energy, the eyes, and the expectations are. The first official day of Philadelphia Eagles training camp is in the books now, and while it's still early, there's no shortage of intriguing takeaways between returning stars, breakout candidates, this team coming off a Super Bowl run, the position battles, and a few quietly emerging question marks. This team already feels like it's walking into the 2025 season with something to prove and something to protect. And in this video, I kind of want to break down everything that you need to know from day one of training camp. I want to show the highlights. I'm just going to kind of ramble about the team, what's going on, all that sort of stuff. So this is going to be a fun video, so make sure to hit that like button and subscribe before we do begin, because your support truly does mean the world. It only takes 5 seconds, and we are on the road to 60,000 subscribers. And with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so let's start with what might be the biggest storyline heading into camp, and that is the linebacker position. With Nakobe Dean still sidelined from last season's injury and no concrete timetable for his return, all eyes turn toward Jihaad Campbell, the second-year linebacker out of Alabama. Missed most of the offseason program, rookie minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, but he came into camp looking like he hasn't missed a beat. And it's a good thing too, because the Eagles don't have the luxury of easing him in. They need someone who can step in and own the second level from day one. Campbell's upside is exactly what this defense needs. A rangy, fluid athlete who can play on or off the ball, get downhill against the run, and drop into coverage without becoming a liability. And when the Eagles made the Jihaad Campbell pick, I knew they were getting a steal because he was just a beast at Alabama, even in a down year for them. Campbell worked through drills with full participation. He was moving well, shedding blocks, and flashing the quick twitch athleticism that made him such a compelling prospect to even begin with. There's no hesitation in his movement at all, and that alone is a great sign. There's still competition for reps, of course. Jeremiah Trotter and Munden will factor into the mix as well. There's just so many Georgia Bulldogs on this team, and Zach Bond's versatility gives the Eagles some flexibility depending on how things shake out. But if Campbell stays healthy and continues to show this kind of command, it's hard to imagine him not securing a significant role in week one. Speaking of battles, let's shift over to the wide receiver room, and at the top things are set. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith return as one of the best 1-2 punches in the league. Jahan Dotson now rounds out the trio coming over from Washington, and the chemistry between all three looks strong right out of the gate. But beyond that, wide receiver 4 is wide open, and that's where things get pretty interesting. Danny Gray has emerged as a name to watch. He's not locked into a roster spot just yet, but he's stacking good days going back to OTAs and mandatory minicamp, and that momentum has clearly carried over. He's moving with confidence, creating separation in individual drills, and making tough catches look smooth. If he keeps building like this, don't be surprised if he carves out a role in this offense. He's not alone though. Aniyah Smith, Johnny Wilson, and Elijah Cooks are all fighting for depth roles, and if no one separates from the pack in the coming weeks, it wouldn't be shocking to see Howie Roseman make a move for a veteran late in camp. As it stands now though, there's talent in the room, but not a lot of proven depth behind the top three. Ball security was a major emphasis during the first day. Every skill player, the wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, went through drills focused on securing the ball through contact, protecting it against punches, swipes, and strips. It's simple stuff, but super important. All that basic kind of stuff always comes back to really kind of make or break your season, because if you fumble on a big play, it can derail your entire year and everything you worked for. Fumbles kill momentum, and after some sloppy stretches last season, the coaching staff is making it a clear point of focus early. The tight end group also got in work, though depth remains a bit murky there too. But guys like Kylan Granton, who's coming over from the Colts, Cameron Latu, and Grant Calcaterra are trying to prove they can be more than just rotational guys or special teams bodies. Latu was spotted wearing number 49, and he looks the part physically. Still though, this group needs someone to step forward and claim that tight end 2 role with real consistency. At running back, we finally got a good look at Saquon Barkley in an Eagles uniform, and it didn't disappoint. Barkley looked explosive in individual drills, decisive with his cuts, and eager to get going. He's not here to blend in, he's here to lead, but it's what's behind him that makes this position group truly fascinating. AJ Dillon is going to bring the bruising, being that backup short yardage power back. He's still adjusting to the offense, but looks comfortable already. Will Shipley is another player the Eagles have quietly been high on since the spring, and it's easy to see why. He's smooth, instinctive, and natural catching the ball out of the backfield. He may not have Dillon's size or Barkley's top gear, but there's versatility in his game that makes him pretty valuable. And then rounding out the room are Kalen Robinson, Montrell Johnson, and Shonderek Powell, and they're all fighting for whatever crumbs remained after the top three. So expect Barkley, Shipley, and Dillon to obviously dominate the touches during camp, but come preseason, those younger backs will get their shot to shine. This room might not be as deep as previous years, but there's real potential if they can stay healthy and balanced in how they deploy their weapons. Anyways, moving on, now let's talk trenches, because this team, like every serious contender, will go as far as its offensive and defensive line carries it. Jordan Davis looks different, not smaller, just leaner. He appears to have trimmed body fat and added muscle, and it's already showing in his movement. He looks quicker off the snap, more explosive in short areas, and he could be in line for the breakout season many have been waiting on. With Milton Williams now in New England, there's a massive opportunity for Davis to play more snaps and become a true interior anchor next to Jalen Carter, and if Davis can take that next step, this Eagles front has a chance to be dominant once again, especially with other guys like Nolan Smith coming off the edge. On the offensive line, things are mostly set, but that doesn't mean there aren't eyes on the depth. Cam Jurgens continues to grow into his role at center, and Tyler Steen is pushing for more reps at guard. It's a group that needs to gel quickly, especially with the kind of weapons this offense has on the perimeter. Projecting Jalen Hurts is priority number one, but generating more consistency in the run game is close behind. They've got the talent, now it's about execution. Back to the defense for a minute. One of the more underrated stories coming out of the early portion of camp is just how much the Eagles seem to be leaning into creating turnovers. We talked about fumble recovery drills earlier, but it's also clear that this defense wants to make a leap in ball production across the board. Whether it's punching balls out, jumping routes, or forcing tipped passes, the coaching staff is pushing aggression, and that tone was set right from the start. You win games with takeaways, that's the emphasis. Well, we didn't get access to full 11-on-11 work due to team media restrictions today, which, by the way, is standard this time of year to avoid giving away game plans or tipping alignments. The one-on-one and individual work is what we did see, and it told us a few things. AJ Brown is still a nightmare in space. He snagged a one-handed catch that he made look so casual. Devontae Smith's route running looks as crisp as ever, and while Dotson hasn't had as many flash plays yet, the chemistry is building. And then Jalen Hurts was sharp, not flashy, just sharp, and I just think overall he's an underrated quarterback because he literally won a Super Bowl and is still getting disrespected. I know he's not like top 5 or anything, but he's a good player, and his timing, the rhythm, and command all looked on point during the early portions of this first practice. His leadership is also as vocal as ever, and that maturity continues to show up when it matters the most. Hurts isn't chasing headlines during camp. He's working, he's locked in on just improving and getting better and making his teammates better. And then defensively, the team continues to monitor how they want to rotate in younger talent across the board. From rookies like Quinyon Mitchell to second-year guys like Keely Ringo, this secondary is deeper than it's been in years, but with James Bradbury nearing the twilight of his career and them losing Darius Slay, it's critical the coaching staff gets a real look at who's next in line. At the end of the day, this is what you want to see. At the end of the day, this is exactly what you want to see in early camp. Intensity without chaos, competitiveness without competition, without sloppiness, and for the Eagles, that's exactly what day one looked like. There's still a long road to go, obviously, it's just day one, and honestly, this is kind of just for the looks and just kind of to warm everyone up to the team. But this isn't a team that's going to sneak up on anyone. They're loaded, they're motivated, and they're already putting in work to make the 2025 season a statement one where they could potentially go back to back. But yeah, that's really all I have to say for this video. I know it was kind of all over the place and there's not that many takeaways you can truly get from day one, but it's just so cool that football is finally back. It's been a long wait and the Eagles have had the shortest offseason, obviously, with them winning the Super Bowl. So let me know what your expectations are for this team in the 2025-26 season in the comments below. And let me know if you're going to be attending an in-person training camp. I'm definitely interested in that. But that's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.